We're going to go over the Reteach the Build understanding. 4-1 is all about solving systems of equations by graphing. So when we are graphing two equations, we are trying to see if there are infinitely many solutions, no solution, or one solution. Meaning that when we graph those equations, do those lines intersect? So here, the lines intersect at one point. Therefore, this is one solution. Here, there is no solution because when we graphed these equations, they do not cross. There's no ordered pair where they meet. So this one is no solution. And here, when we graphed the system of equations, we saw that both lines are the same line. So there's infinitely many solutions, meaning we can plug in this point, 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 we can plug in any of those points, and those order pairs are going to make that equation true. Let's look down at number 2. Jenna incorrectly solved the system of equations. So she has y equals 2x plus 3 and negative y equals 2x plus 1. We need to find and correct the error. So let's see what this would look like if we graphed it. 3 is where is B, so where it crosses that y-intercept. So let's go there. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I see that there isn't a point there. 1, oh, just kidding. 1, 2, 3. So there's that point. And then the slope is 2 over 1, or it could be negative 2 over 1. So over negative 1. So let's do that. Down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. So it looks like this line is this equation. So let's go to the other one. Negative y equals 2x plus 1. I notice I cannot have a negative y. So to get rid of that negative y, I'm going to go ahead and divide by negative 1. Negative 1 divided by negative 1 crosses out, and then I have to divide by negative 1 on the other terms. So that leaves me with y equals negative 2x, and then 1 divided by negative 1 is negative 1. So we can say plus negative 1 or minus 1. So let's go ahead and graph that. So we should have intercepted at negative 1. So that point should have been right here. I can already tell you that line is incorrect. And then our slope is negative 2 over 1 or 2 over negative 1. So if we go to negative 1, we are going to go down 2 over 1. Down 2 over 1. And this one, we can do the opposite. Up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. And you should instantly see that that line was graphed incorrectly. I'm going to use a straight edge. And it looks like there is one solution. Those lines meet at negative 1. So over negative 1, up 1. So negative 1, 1 is the ordered pair. That is where these two lines meet. Meaning if we plugged in negative 1 for x and 1 for y, it would make both sides of the equation equal for both problems. Let's take a look at number 3. Solve the systems of equations. So we need to first write this in y equals mx plus b. So let me write that. Let me change this one first. We have 8x plus 2y equals 6. So let's move 8 over first. Minus 8, minus 8. And now we're left with 2y equals negative 8x plus 6. The y is still not isolated, so we're going to divide by 2. And we're left with y equals negative 8 divided by 2 is, oh my goodness, negative 4. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And there is our new equation because we have to get it in y equals mx plus b. And then our other equation is already written in y equals mx plus b. And something should instantly be jumping out at you. Look at that. Both equations are the same line. So let's go ahead and graph that. We're going to go up to 3. And then our slope is -4 over 1 or 4 over -1. It's the same thing. So let's go down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. And when I use my straight edge to connect it, I can see when I graphed it, the slope of the lines for both equations. So the slope for both lines is -4 over 1 or 4 over -1. The y-intercept for both lines, so where it crosses the y line would be 3. And the lines that represent both equations, it'd be y equals -4x plus 3. So this system of equation has infinite solutions, meaning if we picked all the points on this line, if we plugged in 0, 3 for x and y, if we plugged in 1, -1 for x and y, if we plugged in this point in for x and y, it would make the equation equal. It would make this side of the equation equal this side of the equation.